Coming up, a major discovery made by university physicists. CitrusTV reporter Zachary Levine has the full story.
And a major fire burned down a central New York tourist destination. Who was affected by the blaze that destroyed the gift shop and museum?
And the CitrusTV investigative team provides an in-depth look at malls in the area. CitrusTV News starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Syracuse University physicists announced a major discovery in science this morning. Good evening, I'm Mike Riccardi.
And I'm Gilat Melamed. This comes after those three leaders won the Nobel Prize in Physics last week. Zachary Levine has the full story on their latest discovery.
Back in September of 2015, a group of scientists at the LIGO and Virgo scientific collaboration made the first observation of gravitational waves when two black holes collided 1 billion light years away from Earth. This observation helped prove Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity. Today, SU celebrated with their own involvement in the project and announced yet another huge discovery.
The LIGO-Virgo network discovered two neutron stars colliding together. We saw a signal at 8:41 a.m. Eastern Time on August 17th. The signal was much different from the black holes that we had detected before. It was much longer. That it was a neutron star, approximately 1.6 solar masses, colliding with a second neutron star, approximately 1.1 solar masses, about 130 million years ago.
Three physicists here in Syracuse led the university's involvement in the gravitational wave discovery back in 2015, as well as the one announced today. Prior to the original breakthrough, they worked to develop software and technology for the telescopes used by the LIGO scientific collaboration. This discovery is the first time scientists detected the collision of neutron stars. Scientists have reason to believe something special is created during the collision of these stars.
What we've discovered is two city-sized atomic nuclei, these neutron stars, colliding into each other at 1/3 the speed of light. And in the nuclear fire that they produce when they collide into each other, we've seen gold, platinum, the heavy elements that make up the top end of the periodic table, elements essential to life. We've seen the creation of those elements in the universe.
Gold in this watch was very likely produced in the collision of two neutron stars approximately billions of years ago.
LIGO's two telescopes located in Washington State and Louisiana made the discovery through a complex process involving laser beams reflected off of mirrors. Neutron stars are the smallest and densest stars that exist. They are formed by massive stars which decompose and lose mass near the end of their lifetime. The Syracuse LIGO team was actually one of the first groups called to help confirm the detection of these special stars when they collided. Guys?
Tourist destination in central New York is partially burned to the ground after a massive fire on Saturday. The Herkimer diamond mines went up in flames early Saturday morning and destroyed the site's gift shop and museum. Firefighters fought the flames for more than an hour as it reached over 2 stories high. The site's owner said that the mine was still open for business the day of the fire despite the damage and confirmed that no one was hurt. New renovations are coming to the lot of the New York State Fair. Governor Andrew Cuomo's office just released renderings of the $27 million project. Changes include paving the lot and increasing the parking capacity from 500 to 7,500. A new drainage system will also be added to prevent flooding, and a new ramp will be added from the west side. Construction will begin this fall and is set to end before next year's State Fair.
As of Friday, there are 24 confirmed cases of mumps in Onondaga County. Most of these cases come from the university, with the health center reporting 22 confirmed cases on campus as of Friday. The term confirmed cases means that it is the total number of cases confirmed since August, but individuals are contagious for 2 to 5 days after the appearance of swollen glands. The health center will continue to keep the university updated with the most recent numbers affecting the campus community. A new 24-hour drug clinic is opening today in Syracuse to help those with drug addiction. The Regional Open Access Center for Addiction will conduct immediate evaluations at all hours for people who struggle with substance abuse so they can receive the treatment they need. Syracuse Behavioral Health Care says this urgent response is what is missing when trying to combat drug addiction in the city. The new center will serve people from 6 counties, including Onondaga, Oneida, and Oswego.
The CitrusTV I-Team is doing a series of stories on the economics of Syracuse and Onondaga County. This week's investigation examines why some malls fail and why others succeed, and what that means for the area.
The city of Syracuse, as well as Onondaga County as a whole, has suffered an economic decline in recent years. Professor of Economics at Syracuse University, Michael Wasilenko, says that this decline can be traced back to when the manufacturing industry left town.
This was a manufacturing town, and all across upstate New York, this was heavy manufacturing. It started to change in the 50s, actually. Manufacturing is going from the northeast to the south to chase, lower wages, and then eventually overseas.
Fewer jobs leads to less money being spent in the local economy. The mall industry in Onondaga County has especially suffered. From 1991 to 2016, the number of stores in Shoppingtown Mall in DeWitt decreased from 122 to 64. Amanda Nicholson is a professor of retail practice at SU, and she says this drop can be partially explained by changing consumer habits.
You don't buy in the same way your father bought or your grandfather. We had a good long run with those covered malls. Most of them were in the 70s and 80s. The era has passed, and people are finding new ways to attract people to shop.
One of the largest changes in consumer spending has been the growth of online retail giants such as Amazon. All of the people we spoke with agreed that this was a major reason behind the dwindling success of local malls. There is one mall in Syracuse, however, that has bucked this downward trend, Destiny USA. Joni Mahoney has been the chief executive of Onondaga County since 2007, and she says Destiny has been successful because they offer more than just shopping.
Destiny, I think, has been smart because they've added the entertainment component. There's movie theaters, there's go-karts, there's Wonderworks, there's lots of restaurants. People are going to have another reason to come besides simply shopping.
Professor Nicholson says that not only is Shoppingtown in a good location, but that it is trying to attract a mix of businesses like Destiny. For these reasons and more, Nicholson says she is optimistic for both Shoppingtown and retail in Onondaga County as a whole.
Even though people look at what's happening sometimes in the retail field as really like doom and gloom, they're shutting all these stores, that's so depressing. We're moving from one year to another. And although that's sort of painful because things we know get lost sometimes and close, it's also really exciting.
For the CitrusTV I-Team, I'm Connor White.
Almost 13,000 homes in the Syracuse area were left without power last night due to a strong thunderstorm. National Grid customers in Onondaga, Oswego, and Madison counties were affected by the strong thunderstorm. That led to power loss, fallen trees, and downed power wires. National Grid is still working to repair the damage, with less than 2,000 customers still left without power.
Well, Gilat, as a Central New York native, I got to tell you, I loved the temperature today. 50 degrees, perfect. I could do without the rain, though.
It was a little too chilly for me. I preferred the temperatures we saw over the weekend. And CitrusTV weather reporter Jessica Torricelli is here to tell us if this cold weather is here to stay or if we'll return to the warmer weekend temps.
And like you guys said last night, there was a strong thunderstorm that moved through, bringing a lot of wind and rain. But today, the topic is 49 degrees, which is quite different from yesterday, which was a 79-degree high. So really cool temperatures coming through. We had a cold front last night that brought a lot of rain and dry temperatures, but a freeze warning was in effect last night until 8 this morning, and then again tomorrow we'll have another freeze warning until 8 in the morning. But will these cooler temperatures stick around? I'll have the answer coming up in my full weather forecast.
Coming up, wildfires are still burning in California, but firefighters say they're optimistic. Find out what efforts are being continued to fight the flames.
And the capital of Somalia is recovering after a double bombing. Who is thought to be behind the attack and what the death toll is up to when we come back.
Got a quarter?
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Jared, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Mike Riccardi, Gilat Melamed, and Jess Torricelli with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl pleaded guilty earlier today to desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. Bergdahl was held by the Taliban for 5 years after disappearing from his base in Afghanistan in June of 2009. Today, he told his attorney he left his observation post on his own, saying he understood he was breaking the law when he left. 6 soldiers' deaths are tied to the search for Sergeant Bergdahl, and he could face life in prison as a maximum sentence.
On Sunday, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson announced that diplomatic efforts between the U.S. and North Korea will continue, despite heightened tensions between the countries. This comes a day after the U.S. and South Korea conducted military defense exercises off the Korean peninsula. Tillerson spoke on behalf of President Trump, saying he wants this conflict to be solved diplomatically and is not seeking to go to war.
He has made it clear to me to continue my diplomatic efforts, which we are, and we will, as I've told others, those diplomatic efforts will continue until the first bomb drops.
The tide is slowly turning against the wildfires surging across Northern California. Officials said that 2 major fires were at least 60% contained. However, fires near Santa Rosa are still burning. As of this morning, 7 fires are still unchecked in the state. Nearly 10,000 firefighters are battling fires. The fires have claimed at least 40 lives since they began in early October, but officials remain optimistic about the fire's progress.
It has been almost a month since Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. 85% of the country is without power and 35% of the island's residents are without water. Some Puerto Ricans are so desperate that they have been gathering water from a federally designated hazardous waste site. Governor Ricardo Rossello says he hopes power will be restored to the island's energy grid by December. And the Somalian capital of Mogadishu is recovering after a double bombing collapsed a hotel in the city yesterday. Government officials say that the death toll is nearly 300, while the same amount of people are injured. No one has claimed responsibility for the attacks, but the Somali militant group Al-Shabaab is suspected. The attack is believed to be a response to American and Somali joint operations against the Al-Shabaab.
Category 3 Hurricane Ophelia slammed into Western Ireland this morning with winds over 50 miles per hour and torrential downpours. There has only been 1 reported death, but 120,000 homes are without power. Irish media is reporting that this could be the strongest hurricane to hit Ireland in 50 years, worse than Hurricane Katia, the most recent Atlantic hurricane that hit Ireland in 2011. The hurricane is also the first storm to reach Category 3 strength that far east.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
We have some pretty great temperatures. I mean, in the 50s and 60s throughout the northern U.S. and down towards the south, 90s and 80s. Not too unusual for this time of year in the south. But as I said, we felt some cool temperatures throughout the day. It was pretty windy today, bringing our feels-like temperature to 39 degrees. And as you can see here on the map, those blue temperatures mean it was feeling pretty chilly throughout the day. And this was as of 11 in the morning, and it pretty much stayed around those temperatures for the full day. And then your current oh, and we're going to have a freeze advisory today. I forgot to mention that until 8 in the morning. Pretty big deal because it's going to continue raining throughout the day. So keep a look at that. You'll see some frost on the ground probably up until tomorrow morning. Current temperatures around the 60s and 40s throughout all of New York, but right closer to home, 45 in Syracuse, 49 in Ithaca. Moving forward for your tomorrow forecast, a high of 61 degrees and partly cloudy, looking pretty nice, 48 degrees at night, but the winds will be about 10 to 15 miles per hour, so feeling a little cooler throughout the day. Your full forecast looking really great. Those cooler temperatures are not really here to stay. Looking pretty sunny throughout most of that day. Mostly cloudy to sunny, temperatures in the 60s and 70s. No rain forecasted, and pretty high winds throughout the early part of the week, but slowing down throughout the rest of the weekend.
All right, and Jess, if I'm heading out tonight watching, Monday Night Football or going to watch a playoff game in baseball, should I bring an umbrella?
I would say you should, because it'll be a light rain, but still enough rain to wear an umbrella.
All right.
Thanks, Jess.
Coming up, the announcement from the IRS that's helping out victims of the California wildfires, how they can expect to get help.
And new details on more fallout against Harvey Weinstein, why the French president is getting involved. Coming up when we get back.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
The IRS has announced that the victims of the Northern California wildfires have an extension to file individual and business tax returns. Payments that were originally due on October 8th have now been pushed off until January 31st, 2018. Wildfires continue to ravage parts of Northern California, and there have been 40 reported deaths. And Harvey Weinstein is no longer a member of the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. Mounting allegations of sexual assault prompted the Academy's Board of Governors to make the decision Saturday. Furthermore, French President Emmanuel Macron has begun the process to rescind Weinstein's Legion d'Honneur, the highest honor a civilian can receive in France. The Weinstein Company has also started talks to sell most of its assets to a private equity firm.
And a Game of Thrones wedding is coming up soon. Fortunately for the bride and groom, this one should not be read. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner announced their engagement on Instagram yesterday. The two have been dating since last November and were spotted together recently at the New York State Fair. Jonas is the vocalist of DNCE, while Turner plays Sansa Stark in HBO's Game of Thrones.
Coming up, close your eyes. Can you imagine the Carrier Dome fill with an electric atmosphere? Can the Yankees be close to shutting off the lights in the Bronx? Can it really be an NFL Sunday without the Buffalo Bills? Open your eyes. We'll have those answers and more after the break.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed.
I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it.
I just want my family to be safe.
But these are not my words.
These are not my words. These are not my words.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Syracuse football has taken on defending champion 8 times in the history of the program. The results: loss, loss, win, loss, loss, win, loss, loss. Starting to sense a pattern. Syracuse taking on Clemson on Friday night, the number 2 team in the nation. And if you're going to do that, you got to get off to a hot start. Well, this is a hot start here. Dante Strickland breaks a little tackle around to get out the outside, and now a quick, early, within 5 minutes, a 7-0 lead. What's going on here? Clemson would tie the game on the next drive, but Orange is the new fast, so a quick response. That's Irv Phillips. He's pretty quick. 66 yards to the house. It's Syracuse 14-7. Wow. What are we doing here? Syracuse about to win? Not so fast. Dante Strickland was that good before. Well, now he just fumbled it, and that's in the second quarter because Tanner Muse, he's about to return it 63 yards. It's tied at 14. Scary moment here, though. Kelly Bryant, the starting quarterback for the Clemson Tigers, has been great all year. Tries to make a move with his feet and is slammed to the ground by Chris Slayton. He'd suffer a concussion, be out the rest of the game. We go to halftime, 17-14. Now it's 17-17 until Steve Ishmael, the Bolitnikoff Award watch list member, he shows off why. Number 1 receiver in the nation for a reason. It's 24-17. Travis Etienne with a very quick response within the next minute of the game. He's going 52 yards for a touchdown, tied at 24 all. Cole Murphy, he's in the dome. He can hit field goals there. It's 27-24. That would be your game winner. Celebration, oh my goodness. Syracuse wins. Hey, Dino, how do you like that crowd?
I'm excited for the university and the community. I mean, how about the fans tonight? Are you kidding me? Okay, we're loud. We're crazy up here. And that's the atmosphere that it should be every single time you come to the Carrier Dome. It should be a very, very, very difficult place to play. And that was a good football team. And I thought the fans were great. They were fantastic. They were the 12th man on defense, and it made it very difficult for their offense to communicate.
When you beat the number 2 team in the nation, some players are bound to stand out. For Syracuse, it was a trio of stars who got named as ACC Football Players of the Week. Irv Phillips earned co-receiver of the week with 4 receptions for 64 yards, which included a 66-yard touchdown grab in the first half. Paris Bennett was linebacker of the week after 9 tackles and a sack. And Eric Dungy earned co-offensive back after gaining over 300 total yards and 3 touchdowns in the game. And afterwards, the junior quarterback was pretty excited about the win.
Let's get a quick show of hands. Who thought we were going to win today? Honestly, who thought we were going to win today? So that's exactly what it's just us. Like I was saying, nobody believes in us except for us. And that's fine because, at the end of the day, I put my pads on to play for these guys next to me, the seniors, Coach Babers, all these guys. So, everyone out there, it feels good. It feels good. No one believes in us except for us, so.
Hey, guess what? There are some other athletes on the Hill, including an international star. Canadian Justin Knight earned USTF CCCA National Performer of the Week honors after he won at the Nuttycombe, Wisconsin Invitational. Next up for Knight and the cross-country team is the ACC Championship on October 27th. On to professional sports. Colin Kaepernick filed a grievance under the latest collective bargaining agreement against the NFL owners. Kaepernick hired Mark Garagos to be his attorney instead of going through the NFL Players Association. Kaepernick says this is a case of collusion. He believes the owners are coming together to not give the quarterback a contract after Kaepernick drew national attention last year by kneeling during the national anthem. He has not played in the NFL this season. As for people that are actually getting paid right now to play the game of football, the New York Jets thought they'd be able to beat their AFC East rival, the New England Patriots. Despite an early 14-0 gangrene lead, Tom Brady and the Pats were able to deflate the Meadowlands crowd and come back for a 24-17 win. And for the first time this season, the New York Giants found their way into the win column. The G-Men beat the Denver Broncos 23-10 on Sunday Night Football thanks to 3 forced turnovers by the Giants defense. And it may be almost Judgment Day in the Bronx. The Yankees are down 2-0 in the ALCS to the Astros in the best-of-7 series. CC Sabathia is on the hill for the Bronx Bombers with Charlie Morton on the other side for Houston. The Yankees will need a breakout performance from Rookie of the Year favorite Aaron Judge, who is 4 for 31 with 19 strikeouts so far this season. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Matt. We'll be right back with an update on your weather for the week.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Jess, like I said earlier, I loved the temperature today, but I got surprised by the rain. I did not have my umbrella on me. Do I need to bring it with me tomorrow?
You don't. There should be no rain tomorrow, but you liked this temperature, so it's pretty cold. Pretty cold
I'm
today.
going to hold you to it. I better not get rained on tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was pretty cold today, which I did not like. But is it going to be that cold tomorrow? What am I going to need to wear to class if it is?
No, it is getting warmer throughout the week, going back to the 60s and low 70s, so should be pretty nice weather. Partly cloudy, mostly sunny. Just really great weather for the rest of the week. Today was a dud.
So that means I can go golfing, right?
You can. Go for it.
And what about rain for the rest of the week? Any chance of rain?
No, not really any chance of rain, and if so, really small chance, 10% chance or so.
And what about snow? It is getting a little colder. Is that in the future?
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that yet. No, not this week. Not this week. Maybe next week.
Good.
It's been a great
Hopefully
October.
not, yeah.
It has been a great October.
All right. Thanks, Jess.
All right, thanks, Jess.
That's all for Citrus TV News Live at 6. Follow us on Twitter at Citrus TV News and check out our website, citrustv.com, for more stories.
And I'm Gilat Melamed. Be sure to stick around for Talking Points at 7:30 for all of your political news with Mike Riccardi right here and Talking Points anchor Josh Carney. Have a good evening, Syracuse.